The woman bathed in mud every day. But this day, she noticed the mud had become thinner. With her sensitivity as a hydrology expert, she immediately sensed something was wrong. So the next morning, she went to the wetlands to investigate. She discovered that the water level was rapidly rising, and the current was getting faster. She immediately sent a telegram to the government, saying that the city was about to face a once-in-a-century flood. The entire city could be submerged. When the secretary handed the telegram to the leader, he believed it was impossible, since the region had been dry for years, and had reinforced flood barriers. To verify her suspicions, Ellie rushed to various rivers, to collect data on water levels and flow rates. The data left her deeply concerned. On her way back, Ellie suddenly told the driver to stop the car, and ran toward a farmhouse by the road. She had noticed that a tree had turned yellow in the middle of summer, while all the surrounding trees were fine. In the farmer's basement, Ellie found water seeping out from the red bricks, but there were no rivers nearby, and the water table wasn't supposed to be that shallow. All signs pointed to something serious. Ellie rushed back to the government office, and suggested evacuating people, and clearing out hospitals immediately. But a professor from the Hydrology Bureau claimed she was being alarmist. They got into a heated argument. Before she left, Ellie shared her opinion with Deputy Governor Jack, who had invited her. The only way to deal with the flood was to open the flood barrier before it hit, and create a new path to let the excess river water flow out. After saying this, Ellie left. Meanwhile, Jack headed to the local reservoir. He found that the water, which should have been drained earlier, was still there because of an upcoming sailing event. Under Jack's firm pressure, the official verbally agreed to release the water. On her way home in a helicopter, Ellie accidentally noticed a dam that wasn't on the map. Upon closer inspection, she realized Jack had given her a map from 60 years ago. She quickly turned around and rushed to Jack's house. Because the dam had raised the upstream water level, her plan to blow up the flood barrier would no longer work. Jack hurriedly called the troops, who were preparing the detonation. But due to poor signal, the officer couldn't hear him clearly. After hanging up, he gave the order to detonate. The next day, large areas were already swallowed by the flood, but it still couldn't stop the river from continuing to rise. Ellie rushed back to the government office again. She said it was because of the map. The dam has been blown up now. The city flooding is unavoidable now. They need to quickly arrange for the evacuation of the people. But the experts thought she was crazy. Yesterday she asked to blow up the dam. Today she said it was a mistake to blow it up. In a fit of anger, they kicked Ellie out again. Jack hurried after her. He asked if there were any other plans. This just happened to be seen by a female host, passing by. She thought there was definitely news in this. So when Ellie was leaving, she insisted on driving her. In the car, Ellie told her the city was about to be flooded. The leaders in the office were thinking about how to hide the truth from the people, in order to lower the risk. Unexpectedly, the host broadcasted the news on TV. It immediately caused panic throughout the city. To calm everyone down, the government held a press conference immediately, saying that the flood had been solved. The city would not be flooded. Everyone need not worry. When Ellie saw Jack deceiving the public like this, she angrily rushed over and punched him. Afterwards, Ellie planned to take a train to leave, but she found that the railway was flooded. All trains were suspended. On her way back to the city, she passed by the farmhouse with a basement again, but she found that the basement was now completely flooded, and the water depth gauge by the railroad track made her realize things were more serious than she had expected. She found the farmer at the hospital. By asking, she learned that the railroad next to his house was built on a dried-up riverbed. After confirming this, Ellie rushed back to the government office to tell Jack.
The river is returning to its old riverbed and it's moving through the ground.
So what?
We need to blow up those flood banks.
Divert the flood to the small town next to the river. Only then could the city be saved. Jack immediately believed her words. He led the army to the small town to prepare for evacuating the residents. However, they found the town was empty. This puzzled them greatly, but time was tight. They headed straight for the levee.